I just wanted to explain a bit about how this works. So this is a more complicated drag and drop example. So if you want more precision, this is more precise. So you have to be much more careful with where you drop your objects. And this just has sound added to it. So the simple stuff, sound is fairly simple. It just plays a sample when you get something right. What else does it do? The precision is achieved by using these little objects. So instead of just testing to see if this overlaps this, for instance, what I do is I test to see if this overlaps this. So my drag top left object, my little kind of blue square there, am I overlapping that? And what that means is that you have to be much more careful with how you drop things. Now, by default, these don't move with this. So the thing that you have to do is, I use this always condition here. So if I go into, where are we here? Just use always. The always condition means that this thing will run constantly. So what I do is under always, to make my little blue objects follow the targets around, I use this. I use set X position, so X position of the blue object. I set it to the X position of whichever particular object I'm trying to follow. So for instance, I'm setting the X coordinate of the blue thing to equal drag 1. So drag 1 is that, for instance. So what that means is, as this moves around, its X value is going to change, and it will be picked up by this. So this is running constantly. So my little blue target, so all my blue and red targets I make invisible at the beginning. Even though they're invisible, it doesn't mean that they're not still working. So you can run this. When this runs, what's happening is these are kind of following stuff around. So if I actually, let's remove all of these so we can see these working. When I run it now, you see these blue targets have leapt to the appropriate position, because this always command is running 50 times a second, and so it's doing the test to see if this little blue thing square is overlapping this. So if I do this, you can see it's not going to work, but if I overlap it, bang, it does. So that's the wrong one, so that won't work. And it won't work if I do that. Or if I do that. But it will if I do that. So that's it. There's a bit more to it. The setup is more complicated, but it uses more or less the same techniques. It's just a bit more of a complicated setup.